What is going on, everyone? I am here to discuss Markelle Fultz. We all saw the free throw shot that happened last game, and now he's not going to be in the starting lineup due to the fact that Jimmy Butler's here. I just am losing it. I'm losing it. And I tried to stay on the hype as long as I possibly could. And I'm not going to say he won't pan out to be some sort of decent role player in this league, but to say he's the #1 overall pick and it worked out, it's just not going to happen. We need to just admit it. That's the first step. It's admitting it. I tried to hold on. I see flashes here and there of some athleticism, and sometimes he takes that knockdown mid-range jumper and it looks smooth. But to be 17 games into this season at this point and to see a shot at the free throw line like we did last game, there's obviously something still going on. Now, there's news that has been reported, not verified or anything, that there was a chance he was in a motorcycle accident and it was all hidden up and the story was pushed away, and I don't know how true that is. We're going to obviously have to wait and see. I'm starting to see more of it than I did a couple of days ago, but listen, it's a big mental thing. It's the yips. No one could have ever imagined this happening. At the time, everyone wanted Markelle Fultz. He was a good player in college. This is just, you can't know that the yips are going to occur. He just can't handle it. So it's not like it's a bad thing that he can create a spark for us off the bench to be the primary ball handler on the court for the Sixers. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's just the fact that we traded a future first-round pick and moved up in the draft to grab him, and he's not what we expected him to be. At this point, that's just what it is. I'm not going to hold on anymore and say, oh, maybe he can do this. Maybe. It's not it. He's not the first overall pick. When it comes to that aspect of it, sure, he was a bust at #1. Does that mean he can't play in the league at all? I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. I think he can provide something in this league, and he does well with the basketball at times. I think he has good vision, and he can clearly take it to the rack. But on a level of first overall pick, it's just not there. So we're going to see how he plays on the bench now, and keep an eye out on the hitch of the shot. I mean, that was just on a whole nother level. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a free throw to that extent before in my life. You can tell he's just thinking about everything, overthinking everything, and it is a mental problem at this point. I feel for the kid. I do without a doubt. I would never root for anyone, no matter what team they're on. I would never root for anyone to go through something like this. It's obviously killing him inside. It has to be. One thing he talked about, though, in the media the other day was, I don't go on social media. I don't do this on social media. Well, today, he retweeted something he tweeted back ago over in January of this year, earlier in the year, that said, man, you just can't trust nobody. So whether that's about him not starting when he was maybe promised the starting role for the season, or if it's about the Drew Hanlon problem with him and his shooting coach not talking, which is another drama story, or if it's due to the motorcycle story that's coming out now. There's three possibilities that he is retweeting that old tweet for. It's just he's a young kid, and it's all, I don't know, man. It's all games, it seems, and I don't know what's going on. I want him to succeed no matter what happens to him. If he gets traded, I don't think there's value for him, honestly, at this point. It would be nice. I would say it's time to move on if we can, to try and grab as much back as we possibly can, but I don't know if that's even a realistic opportunity. You might have to just bite the bullet and try and get a spark with him off the bench. I think he can provide you decent minutes with the ball in his hands and create spark for a 15-minute to 18-minute type thing. I would be fine with that. It just stinks knowing what you drafted him for, and it's not what you're getting. But at the end of the day, listen, you trade Dario, you trade Robert Covington, two players you didn't expect to trade, and get Jimmy Butler. So at the end of the day, when you think about the process and what maybe it didn't work to the level that we thought it would with Ben, Joel, Fultz, and maybe it didn't work to that extent. But listen, at the end of the day, you still have Fultz for the bench. You have Ben Simmons, Embiid, and Jimmy Butler. You got your 3 stars. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But as for Markelle Fultz and everything that's going on, it just seems like a game, and I don't know if he's mentally handling it professionally from everything. I mean, I get it. It's a hard thing to do. The mental problem is not something easy. It's not an easy task, but this is just wild. It's wild. And I don't know if I'm buying the motorcycle story. I mean, hell, maybe it did happen. I don't know. I just feel like if it was to that extent, we would have heard of it from now. We would have heard about it by now. It's been a long time. They're even talking about it dating back to the draft. You're talking years ago. I don't know. That just doesn't seem right to me. At this point, it seems like the yips, and now the Drew Hanlon thing, and retweeting stuff, and the hitch, and the shot. I see flashes. Don't get me wrong. I think he's got good vision with the ball in his hand. You see it. And he's been working like a dog on the defensive end, getting back, trying to block shots. I mean, he's working. But when I look at it as what we thought he would be, he's clearly a bust to that extent. But can he provide something in this league? Yeah, I'm not ready to say he can't play at all. But something's screwed up mentally. And we're going to have to wait to see how it all plays out. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. Sixers play tonight. Jimmy Butler. Ew. Let's go. I'm stoked. See you guys next time.